you people are okay. So I hope so far you are able to follow us actually, like last 3 sessions, and we covered basics of Python and some kind of introductory functions or capabilities of the Python we covered. So today we are trying to cover something very useful concepts in Python, any programming language actually, that's called control functions or control flow. So so far, like what we studied is actually some kind of a primitives of Python. So now we are trying to cover up study about control flow. So as the name says, what is that actually? I am trying to control the flow. What is that actually? The flow of progression, means like how the program is executed. Program is usually executed instruction by instruction, correct? So if you are written 4 instruction, first it will execute first instruction, then it will execute second instruction, then that it will next it will execute next instruction, then next it will execute next instruction. So this is a normal flow. So this is okay. This is also called sequential execution. So by default, it will be something like a sequential execution. So now, but in a normal life, nothing, everything won't be the sequential. No, for example, if we are going for getting ready for a school, so what we will do, we will get up, then brush your teeth, then take bath, then breakfast, and then get ready, then you go for. So till that, these are a sequential. But what happens actually, like you are get ready, now you are waiting for a bus. Actually, you are waiting for a bus. If bus doesn't come, what should we do? Shall we go in a taxi, or shall we go back to home? Means like what is that actually? There is a 2 conditions, correct? So it's like it some in so far everything is a sequential, but there were some kind of places we should be having a options or a conditions, correct? So somewhere else there is a change in the flow. So change in the flow, somebody is controlling. What is the controlling things actually? If bus doesn't come, then the situation arises. So since bus doesn't come, then shall we go with the taxi, or like shall we go, return back to the home? So it's like situation changes, then the conditions arise, and then the flow will change. So either you continue or you go, or like whatever it may be. So similarly, like if you wanted to write a program, there is something like a control flow. Means like what will be like whenever you are trying to do something, so certain kind of situation happens, then because of that you should be changing the direction, or you will be doing some kind of a looping. So there is something that like a if conditions, and there is something like a loop kind of conditions or case kind of conditions. Like, so we will determine what should be we execute. It's like what we will do, because there is no sequential thing. So suddenly there is a jump in the sequence actually. Either jump in the sequence for the loop, or jump in the sequence because of, instead of taking one path, we'll take another path. So conditional control means like based on the condition. So based on the condition, control means like you are controlling, and flow is direction. Instead of going one direction flow, it will go in another direction. Loop control means like you will be looping back. So looping back means like, for example, how the things will be looping back. So for example, you are eating a banana. So what we will do? So first, okay, first there is a sequential thing. What is that actually? Take a banana. So you have taken a banana, then remove the banana, what is called cover. So now what happens actually? Then the things is actually, this is all sequential. Then you have to start eating. So eating is first you take one bite, then chew that. So take a bite and then chew that actually. Then again take next bite, then chew that. Again take next bite, again chew. It's like what is that actually? You are trying to do certain things in a repetitive fashion till what? You complete eating the banana. So it's like, in what I'm trying to say is actually in normal life. So normal life also we have some kind of a loop kind of equation activities, a certain kind of a sequential kind of activities, certain kind of a conditional deviations actually. So there is some condition based on that, like which path we should be taking. So something similar to that we always have in programming language. Any questions? Anybody is not understood? Okay, so any programming language should support these kind of things, because why we are doing programming, we wanted to do certain kind of activities what we do to speed up or like calculate things it's much more faster way, correct? Computation, compute the things much more faster way and repeated routine kind of things. So when we wanted to program those kind of things, then we should have these kind of facilities, some kind of a sequential execution, some kind of a conditional kind of decision which one to execute, or certain places looping of the things. So based on that, like we have multiple such facilities. So what we can say, what we have seen so far, sequential, how the sequential executes, and selection structure is a conditional things. Like, so selection structure, there are something that like if statements, if else statement, if else if statement, will go one by one actually. And repetition structures or loop structures, there is something called a while, and there is something called a for loop. So we'll go what is while loop, what is for loop, all those things we will go one by one. So but at least we should figure it out actually. And when we say computer programming, so it will have these are three essential things actually: sequential, selection or the condition, and the loops. These are the main three basic foundation. Almost all programming language, they should support this, because day-to-day activities we do these kind of things. That is how we need those kind of support in the programming language. Any questions here? Okay, to repeat the same thing, this is a sequential thing. So I'm executing command by command, command by command, and this is a conditional structure or like selection structure. So after executing one statement or anything, so now the which one to execute the next. So there is a conditions thing. Based on this condition, if condition is true, I will execute this path actually. If condition is false, I will execute this path. This path, there may be some commands or there may not be anything. Or this path, there may be some commands that may not be any kind of thing. But like instead of taking this path, if it is true, I will take this path. And then after that, like, so this is for conditional things, and then the next continuation. So because this is something that like what I'm trying to say is like this command or like this command I'm trying to push here. So remaining will remain same thing. So it can be something like that. Or if loop thing, if I have to say, so I have to set up a loop and I keep on executing for certain kind of time. So I may be executing this command for certain number of time, depending on what I have set here. So how many times I should be looping or all those conditions. And then if this loop is done, then again I will try to control. It's like, so what I'm trying to do, this is a normal flow. So actually it was normal flow because of some kind of conditional control flow kind of commands. So the flow is disturbed, or else like if these things are not there, so it will always in a sequential fashion. It will always in a sequential fashion because of the selection comma structures, because of this loop kind of things. So the sequential is disturbed. The sequential flow is disturbed. Please mute it. Please mute it. So because of that, it is flowed. So anybody has any question here? Okay. So now we'll go one by one. So first one is actually of type selection structure. So selection structure also you can say, if statement also you can say, conditional statement also you can say. There are different ways to say that actually. So we'll say that like selection structure. What is that actually? Selection. We should be selecting which path we should be taking. So whether one path or other path. So what is the syntax actually? When we say syntax of any structure, it's like when we say, when we define any statement, they should have some kind of syntax. Why we need that syntax? Who will understand? Like, so because I said no in the first class actually, somebody will be converting the high level language into the machine level language, and that person who is translating should understand the syntax. So should understand what you have written, correct? So it like, so if you have to inform that person that what you are trying to do, you should be following those syntax supported by the programming language. So for what is the syntax for selection structure? It starts with if is a keyword. So then text expression. What is a text expression? It's like it may be anything. It is a condition you should be executing. And there is something called a colon is there. This colon is very, very important. one point is actually you should know actually this colon is very important, because without colon it doesn't become a conditional selection structure. And then after that we see that like there is statement or statements or nothing will, so means like after that there will be one statement or multiple statement or bulk of statement. So and if you another notice, another thing is notice, no, there is a indentation is there, indentation. It is not, this statement doesn't follow the same line as the if is there. So if you see here the example, num is equal to 3, if num is greater than 0, so then if the print, so this, so when we say this one, so what is the structure it looks like? So for example, the same thing if I have to execute, any question? Okay, so if num is equal to num is equal to 3, so now what I'm trying to say here is actually, so if num is greater than 0, then if num is greater than 0, so if it is greater than 0, then if it is true, it will take one path. What is that path actually? If it is true, it will try to do print actually. It will print the, it is a positive number. So it will print that positive number. Else, if it is else means like false actually. If it is false, then what it will do? It will go to the next line. It will go to the nothing is there. There is no else portion is there. So this path is not there actually. Yeah, I mean like if there is a true, it will come here. If it is false, then it is a next statement. So it's like whether it is a false, it will go to the next statement, or after executing this one actually, also it will come here actually, because next statement is this one only. So in the false state, there is no statement is there. So after if it is true, then it will print it, and after printing, the next statement is the next print. So if false, there is no statement is there, so directly it will be here. So if you wanted to see that like how exactly it will be done, what is this actually?
Someone is chatting. It's okay. You continue.
Oh, okay. So what I'm trying to show is actually this is the control flow. If the number is positive, we will print appropriate message. So if num is equal to 3, so if you see here actually this is a positive number, or else this will always printed. What is that means actually? If whether it is true or whether it is false. So because this will end, this if statement or if block is only this two. After that, like this is sequential. So if you see here actually, this two statement is one combined statement. This is a first statement, this becomes a if block, this is second statement, then it is a third statement. This will always be there. So correct, irrespective of that. So if you wanted to run that actually, see now since it is not connected, I'm trying to connect it actually. My Google Colab is connecting to the virtual system. So hosted, that is actually hosted runtime system actually. When it is connected, then I can run without like it is initializing. So let me wait for some time. Okay, now I'm trying to run this actually. So what is happening is actually, so this is positive number, since 3 is positive greater than 0. So 3 is positive is printed, and this is always printed. And same thing, if I am trying to supply my negative value, this won't be printed. So because -1 is negative, so it won't be printed. So this says a control flow. Any questions here? Anybody has not understood this control flow? So okay, I hope this is simple one if you have done the programming. Okay, the next thing is actually if and else statement. So okay, in this first case actually, like if true only I'm trying to do something, but what if I have something to do if the statement condition is false? Then that we have added something called else portion. If this is a false, so it will go to the else body. So body means like it may have one statement, it may have multiple statements. It can be also another block statement. What is a block statement? Means like if you add this actually whole, this is looks like if block structure. Like so, see there is something that like if you have understood the fundamental of any programming, so there is a statement that is simple statements, normal statements, any expression, or block statements. Block statement means like it will have multiple statements in that block. So whole block. So if I say if block, so means like if block will have if expression and then print, this will becomes one block, or if else also a block, if and else, like whatever is there here, no, so that whole things becomes a block. So this whole thing also becomes block. Means like these are called block statements actually. So whenever in the body, when I say this body of else, this can be simple statement or it can be of a block statement also possible. Whenever I say body of something, it can be simple statement as like this or another block statement. So I hope you understood this. Any question here? So it is pretty simple statement. So what you will be doing? So if it is num is equal to 3, so if it is positive, so it will go here. If it is not positive, it will come here. So depending on that, like, so now I have a else portion. So only the, what is the syntax here? If same thing, this is expression, this is all is expression, then the colon. So here also same, if all expression colon, and this is the if block. Further extended, like I said, no, so instead of single statement, it has a another block statement in that actually. So these are the few of the cases actually. Then there is another kind of cases actually, if then else, if then else actually. So what is that if then else actually? So instead of doing if and then again else and then see, actually like it is something that like clubbing the else and if. So usually like if then else, in the else if I have something else, again if statement, and then else statement, I have something like this actually. So instead of that, like I'm just clubbing these two and making else if. Else if means like this condition will be here, and then this becomes here actually extended. So that is what is the difference. Like what is that actually? If condition, if this condition is true, this will be executed, or else this is next condition, it will check. If that condition is true, this will be executed. If this condition is false, then it will come here. So if this condition is false, it will come here. If this condition also false, it will come here. So and it will execute. If this condition is true, then it will come here, then it will come out. And if this condition is false, it will come here. If this condition is true, it will come execute this and it will come out. So this is the this is called if else statement. So it's like that is how this is nested. You can have any number of else if actually. It is not that like only one else if. You can have any number of else if. It's like you can have something that like if else if, multiple else if actually, like maybe 3, 4, 5 so carry number, then you can. But usually like that if it is more than 3 or 4 or something like, no, so you should not be using those else if, because it will be more confusing for somebody who is reading. Readability will reduce actually. So if you don't know the readability means like it will be very difficult to follow what you have written. So usually like anything if you are trying to do, so you will make into 3 or 4 kind of else ifs, not beyond that actually. So any question? Any question about if statement, if else if else actually? So if you don't have any that questions, so we can go ahead. So if you wanted to practice this, whatever I'm trying to say, so I will try some of the examples. You can try out actually. So or else you wanted to try out some of these if else statements, we can try out. It is very simple, so I'm not giving much time here. So if you wanted to practice or if you need some time, I can wait for some time and we can continue. Anybody has not understood? So any questions here? So how to execute this, you know, correct? So else if, see, just so I've not executed here. And so for example, if you wanted to do this multiple if else actually. So it is better to do something like this actually, within this if some kind of blocks, then you can do that. So any questions? Okay, so if there is no question, then we'll move to the next one. So next one is actually loop control. So loop statements. So okay, let me explain what is, I think I already explained loop actually. So there are few things are there, like, so before I go to the loop statement, so for example, if you are you are every morning you go for jogging or walking actually. So what you will do, so you will go into a park. So assume that like this is a park and you entered. So what you will decide, okay, I will take 4 rounds of this park, or I will say that like I will walk till 30 seconds, something that like two type things you will do. No, okay, I have entered here, so I will go 4 rounds of this walk. Correct. So 4 rounds of this park. This is one park. Means like what is that actually? So whenever you entered, you are setting certain kind of installation. What is the setup? What is that setup actually? Okay, my count is 0 now. So my count is 0. So I have to go for 4 rounds actually. Means like my final rounds is 4 rounds actually. Now you will be doing here and then 1 round, then okay, then you will be incrementing that. Correct. So because that is how then okay, I said actually 4 rounds, but only 1 round is done. So this is how you will do. Correct. This is how you will do. Same thing here also. So if you go here, so loop condition, there will be something like a initialization. So always you will be initializing. Correct. So whenever you entered, you will be initializing. And loop condition means like how many times so you should be looping. So you wanted to loop for 4 rounds, 5 rounds, 6 rounds, whatever rounds, like, so you will be doing conditioning. And then when you try to do all those activities, means like you are walking, so you complete like so I have initialized to 0, then I have decided for, then when this 1 round of walking is done, then you are incrementing. Correct. So that is how you are trying to keep count whether you reach that whatever the set target is not there. Correct. So same thing here also. So you will be updating, because if you are not updating, then you can't continue. So because see, if you are not bookkeeping that actually how many rounds you have done, and then you won't know that like whether you finished 4 or not. Now some after 1 round is done, you have to update things, and then again you check actually like what is my set target and how much I have done actually. Like I have set for 4 rounds, no, I have completed 1 round. Okay, next another round, okay, I have completed 2 round, 2 is less than 4, so again you continue. So then something similar to that we will do. Correct. So loop statements also something similar in that. So there is a initialization thing, there is a conditional, there is a loop body. Loop body means like activities what you are trying to, and there is a updating. So I hope this you understood. So what are the things they have provided? There are two cases I said. No, one case is actually when we entered, I will say that like I will do 4 rounds, or I can also say something that like I will go for 30 seconds or 30 minutes. I just wanted to walk for 30 minutes and then I wanted to execute. I'm not looking for number of loops. I'm looking for 30 minutes. Like whenever the 30 minutes are happened, so then how we will be doing? So then the other case is actually like I am setting this thing is actually 30 seconds. Then every 1 second you keep on updating. So then you are doing some activities, like when you are trying to do certain kind of activities, one kind of activities, then you will be checking again. So is it 30 second or 30 second? Then when this condition is met, you will be okay. My condition is depth, then I will be executing. So it's like there are two kind of scenarios will be there. So there is something to support that. There is something called a while, and there is something called a for loop. So I will go one by one. You will understand what is the difference between for loop and while loop. So far, any questions? Okay. So the first condition is actually while. So let me go here actually. What is the syntax of the while statement? So while statement is equal to while the condition, and then you are trying to execute. So while the condition, that is expression, then the colon and the body of the while. So while the condition, the colon and the body of the while. So what is that actually? Like same thing. Like, so if I'm trying to say that like while time is actually like assume that like you entered at 10 o'clock. So while the time is So while time is, so something that like less than, so you entered at 10, so 30 minutes means like less than or equal to 10:30 means like I will loop till 10:30. So means like you are trying to do. So then you are trying to, what you are trying to do, you are keep doing walking, and every second, see automatically, see here in this the watch is there, automatically you will be, after you do some activities, then you are updating, it's like you are looking the time. So okay, after certain kind of things you are looking the time. I mean, it's like this somebody is updating this time actually, like in this case like watch is happening. So till this keep on happening till the time is less than or equal to this. So when this time is less than or equal to, after this is broken, then what happens actually, I'm not executing this while body, I will be coming out of the while body. So that is what is happens. So like this this test expression, till this test expression is true, less than means like till this condition, like time is less than or equal to this one, I will be looping, correct? So in this case actually, if this test condition is still it is true, so I will be keep on doing this actually. And then when this statement becomes false, then I will be coming out of the loop, means like I will be not part of the loop. So I will be, means like in this case, like I'm not counting the number, no, means like there is based on certain kind of a condition. It is not that based on the how many times I'm trying to iterate. There is no, we don't know how many times we should be iterating. So here we know that like what condition, on what condition I should be iterating it actually, if or looping. So if the condition is still, the condition is not met, I will be keep on doing that actually. So nobody is what is called measuring the counts. So the condition here is actually time based. So if the time is like so, or time is less than that, means like here you will be every time you will be checking what is the time. So if the time is less than that, means like who is updating the time? If you are using time library or time event, so automatically system time will be updated and you will be keep on checking that actually. Or else if you are using some other event and somebody has to update that event, like if you don't know the event, so event is some kind of a activity, somebody is will be activating it. Like so for example, if I say that like I have to for example I'm trying to wait for bus actually, like, or like I'm trying to wait for an event maybe anything, I'm waiting till I get a ticket actually, like so much like I will be waiting for a ticket. So if I get a ticket, means like if I get a ticket, like so something that you are going there and I'm buying for a ticket and anybody wanted to sell, so you are waiting, like so I want one ticket, and you will be keep waiting for the ticket, somebody gives to you, means like, so you are looping for the ticket, because without ticket you cannot enter. So means like who will be setting you? So somebody who have a ticket wanted to sell to you, means like that event has to happen. So means like it may be external event or it may be within the event. Within the event means like, so you are waiting for, like, so for example, I is equal to less than 30 or like 10, and within the statement you are trying to update it actually, means like you are, this event is happening within this, means like all this operation is happening in the while loop only. But there are some other conditions, whatever you are trying to wait, someone else will be up, like it was a time event, like you are not updating, system is updating that actually. So all those kind of scenarios while loop is very good, means like it will wait for certain kind of condition becomes true. Till the condition is true, you will be executing. If the condition becomes false, you will be coming out. So that is the one where you will be using while loop. Any question here? Anybody is not understood while loop? Okay, so if you wanted to see how exactly this while loop works, okay. So for example, in this case, so what I'm trying to do is actually I'm trying to sum up to n is equal to, see, this is a natural addition, summing the number 1 to n numbers. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 up to n number I'm trying to sum. So what is the input somebody is trying to give? The input somebody is giving actually how many numbers till what you should be adding up to 10. So sum up to 10 or up to 20 or whatever the number. So you will be doing. So much like somebody will be passing at that number. Then initially you are initializing sum is equal to 0, means like I see initially there is nothing is there, no, so your sum is equal to 0. Now the what is called count I should be starting, correct? So sum is equal to, means like first element I should start, correct? So then I is equal to, I set it to initial point, that is 1 actually. Now what I'm trying to do, if number of elements, like how many elements I'm trying to add, up to 10 elements, means like if I is less than or equal to n, means like up to 10. So if I'm initialize it is equal to 1, then I will be less than equal to n I should be done. But if it is I have initialized it is equal to 1, then I will be counting up to n, means like what I'm trying to do is actually up to 10 numbers, no? So means like 1, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So equal to, no? So initially it is 1, so it is equal or less than 10. So even in 10 also, if it is equal to 10, correct? So till that I will be executing it actually. And then if I increment I is equal to another value, so 10 plus 1, then it will become L1. 11 is not equal or less than 10, so it will come out actually. So means like in this scenario, it will execute up to 10. Means like my intention is also same thing. I should be counting up to 10. So how should I start counting? So initially, like, so when I say adding, sorry, I'm trying to add, means like initially the value should be 0, correct? Because nothing is there, correct? Now I'm setting I is equal to 1. I is equal to 1, it's like I'm started actually. Then I should be keep on adding the element. So I should keep on adding the element, means like, so sum I should be adding. What is the number I should be letting? The old sum I should, because that is how I know that. Now, what is a new element? A new element is new element is I, means like I'm adding 1. Then sum is updated. Sum is updated to sum plus 1, that is equal to 1. Then after that, like I will become equal to I becomes 2. So when I becomes 2, then sum becomes, so initially sum was 0, now sum becomes 1. 1 plus this 2 is equal to 3. Now sum becomes 3. So it's like how it will happens actually. You will have something that like a I count, then you will have a sum count, and then you will have n. You are trying to check that post on. So initially when it is 1, so sum initially it will be 0. So when you add this and this, it will become 1. And then when I equal to 2, so when add this and this, the value becomes 3. Then when I is equal to 3, when you add this and this, some value becomes 6. So when I becomes 4, you add, because you are adding previous sum. No, this is a previous sum, this and the current I. So this becomes 10. So this is how the loop will work actually. So this is how I'm trying to do. So till what time? Till what time? Till that number I is becomes, then somewhere else I should be updating. No, if I'm not updating, then how the I count in increment? So that like, so there is update will be there. So this update will be happening here. So means like this while loop will continue till this. So what is the syntax? The while and the condition and the loop, and this is all is part of the while statement. And then finally I'm trying to print. Anybody has not understood this one? This is, I think, the simplest one. So it will count. So it depending on what value you are summing. If you say that, like, see, if you wanted to give up to 20, then it will automatically happen up to 20. So if you wanted to give change, it's like that is what the programming, you know. So once you have write the algorithm, you can do computation for any number of, correct. So this logic is safe, and you can you can calculate the summation of any natural numbers up to any natural numbers. Like, so you can do even 300 also, because no need to change, only input you should be keep changing it actually. Any question here? Okay. So this is the while statement. So you will be doing that. And there is one more thing is there. So what is that is actually while and else statement actually. Like, so while and else statement, like, let me tell that also. So what you are trying to do is actually sometimes, like, no, sometimes I wanted to come out of the loop. So I don't want it to continue because something else happened. I just wanted to say that, like, okay, because sometimes what happens now, so you don't know, for example, you have written something that like while I is some condition, and then you are saying that, like, I'm trying to do this activity. So now, but what happens actually while debugging, So you don't know whether this has executed this or not. So if you don't know that, or else like it has come out of the loop without executing this, how should we know that? So you should understand, like, so some scenarios, what happens actually, like if I is equal to negative, so I is equal to negative, so suddenly it is less than that, correct? If the number entered is negative, so it doesn't go that trying to do, so it never goes there. So because it is negative without entering into that, like if you wanted to see that, like when you have come out of that loop, and if you want to do some kind of activities after when you come out of that loop, so then before you are executing the next statement, it will go into the else statement and it will execute that else statement. It's like, so now I have completed the all the things in the while loop, then I am trying to come out of the while loop, then so you will print something, okay, I have done the calculation, and then come out. Like, so if you want that kind of things, like, so I wanted to see that, like before I move to the next statement, I should wanted to see that I have completed, or like I have to do some kind of activities, then you should have something like a while and else actually. So this, what is the difference actually? It will keep on the same thing. Like, so if it is not there, it will keep executing, and then it will go to the next line. But if this else is there, so what happens actually, after this everything is done, then it will goes to the else actually, before coming that, like, okay, this condition is false, then it will come here. Then I will say that, like, okay, you can, whatever the bookkeeping you should be able to do or something like, usually like it will be used in some kind of memory, if you have allocated a memory, and if you wanted to exit out of the loop, you wanted to release the memory, and those are the complex scenarios. If you don't know, we will discuss, like whenever file operations or memory allocations and any bookkeeping things, like something you have taken, like if you have taken a semaphore or something, the all those things, like those are the complex scenarios. I don't wanted to say here, but those are the scenarios, like something you have done in the while loop, but you have to release those things. So, or like you have to keep that book in proper order, so that, like, I need to do that in a else portion. I mean, like, for example, you allocated a memory, and no, I have executed the everything, and you wanted to come out of the while loop. So instead of directly jumping to the next statement, you wanted to release those memory and then come out of that. Like those kind of scenarios, else portion is also necessary. Like if you opened a file handle in the while loop, and before you come out of the while loop and start executing the next statement, you will have an else statement. So in that else statement, you will be completing, releasing those handles and everything, and then you will be executing. So certain kind of things, like certain things you should be able to, like, you have to do if you are exiting out of the while loop, and then those kind of scenarios, the else portion is there. So this else portion is usually used in those kind of scenarios. Or else, like if you wanted to see that, like I have entered, I have exited actually, those are the scenarios, like else portion will be there. So any questions here? Why while and else? So okay, same thing. If you wanted to see that, like how it works actually, while and else, let me show here. So what happens, like actually till I am there in the loop, so it will be there. And when I'm coming out of the loop, actually, like I will be coming to the else portion. See, if you see actually, only the last time when you are coming out of the loop, if this was not there, it will be the next statement. Like, so for example, if I have to print this actually, like, so in this case, like, so I'm just coming out of the, no, so the difference is you won't see that, like what happened actually, like if it is not there, so print will be, so something similar, like, so only the last one will be missing. So it only last will be missing it actually. So you see here, if I print actually, you can also print here, I am outside. So then it will say that, like, I am outside. So this, see, if you see here actually, so if I print outside here, what will happen is actually, after printing the else, so it will say that, like, I'm outside. So this gives like something, like, so whatever the some extra thing you have to do, bookkeeping or releasing the memory or like releasing the events, whatever you are having, everything. So those all things you can do in the else portion. So this is very, very important if you are writing some kind of a complex program where you are acquiring certain kind of things in while portion. So any question here? Anybody is not understood? For and while. Okay. The next thing is actually for loop. So I said no, the while loop and the for loop. So for loop. Whenever we have those kind of scenarios, you will be using for loop. So the difference here is actually in the for loop, I know that like how many times I should be doing. So actually how many time I have to iterate. So means like how many times I should be looping. So iterate means like I have the count and I will be keep iterating. So for example, in this case, like see what is there actually, I have defined a list. Like, so since you don't have list, I will cover this list in later on. So list is actually a array. Actually, you can say that like it is the array of not the same number, any kind of numbers. Actually, array usually in the C program, every elements will be the same, but here it may be same, it may be so many number of elements actually. So many elements. So it like how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in the numbers, there is 9 elements are there. So now what I'm trying to do actually, I wanted to loop. So how should I do loop actually till I exhausted this loop. So how should I do? For val in numbers. Like I think in last class, membership functions is covered, correct? So what is that actually? Uh, this number is a list actually. So val in numbers means like when I say val in numbers means like I am looping till that val has some valid number. So val, we say in, this is a list. This is any list, correct? So means like what happens actually, this val will take one value from this list. So initially this value is allocated this number. So assume that like this is 0. So val will have 0. So next number is 1. So next time the val will have value this, and next time so assume that like it's just 2. So val will have this one, and next time so val this is done, correct? So val doesn't have any number. So means like this in membership function. No, in means like membership kind means like it will take one element till this list is exhausted. So till this list is exhausted. So what happens actually? This val will take one means like till this val has some kind of a valid number, means like it can get one valid elements from the list. This loop will be keep continuing. So till this val gets a valid number from this list, this loop will continue. So what I will do? So what I will do? I will be doing in some kind of activities. Like I will be keep on executing multiple statements. What is the statement here? Statement here is called sum is equal to sum plus val actually. So same thing I said, no? So the syntax here is actually I will be iterating. So I will be iterating till certain kind of valid elements they are there. Valid elements in the list actually. Iteration. This is a for is actually it will be keep on iterating till there is elements is there in that list. So this for loop. So or like till that number is reached. So if that is reached actually, still there is no number, and then it will come out actually. So still there is an element, then it will keep continue. So this is what is the for loop. So for loop will be continuing. So what is that check here is actually, check is actually if it is not null or not. Like so means like it has a valid number means like what I'm trying to say. So val is taking some valid number means like the check what I'm trying to do is actually val is equal to null or not, none or not. None means like nothing. So if it is becomes none means like nothing is there. If it is none, then it is true. So if it is true, then I am trying to exit from the for loop. So if it is not none, it has some valid condition, then I will be keep looping. I will be executing statement by statement. So the syntax, if you look at actually same thing. So only thing is there, it was a for loop. In while loop, there is a while keyword, here for keyword. And this is any element. This is user defined. It can be anything. There is no required that like this has to be something. But the second in whatever you are trying to mention here sequence, that has to be there. The list or whatever you are trying to define, that has to be there, because this is a real value. Like you have to define before this, but this is a user defined, and this will be keep activating till this has some value, valid value number. And this is a body for like body form is like this will be keep on executing, and there is a colon. So this you should be remembering. So things so it can be while here, it can be val, it can be I, it can be j, it can be anything. So it is user defined, you are defined actually, but this numbers has to be there. It should be defined anything. So if it is not there, then it will give an error. Any questions? Any question so far? Anybody is not understood? Okay, so it can be something like this. The same thing. No? So I said it is the digits, so it can be. So the way we have while and else, same thing we have for and else. So for and else means like after this elements are exhausted, so it will come here. So then what I'm trying to say, no items left, no items left in digits, whatever the list is there. No, I'm trying to say, because it will come out only when there is no items left in that, because initially this I will take 0 value, then it will take 1 value, it will take 5 value. So after the 5, then next there is no element, so it will exhaust, so it will come here, no items left in the list. Actually this is how this works. So anybody has any questions here? Okay, so one thing is, so okay, there are two ways of calling this for loop. You can say that like generally, more generally, one is actually you can create any list or anything which is iterable kind of objects. So we'll discuss later what is meant by iterable kind of objects later on. Iterable means like it has number of elements. You can get one by one. You can select one by one kind of elements actually. So any iterables means like it has several kind of elements, and one by one you can take that value of that element. So one is it will work with the iterable elements using in function. So in function. Another one is actually range. Means like if I don't have any iterables, then I can create using a function called range. What is the range? So range is another one function. So I will just explain the structure of that range. So the range is actually like syntax of range is a range, bracket starts actually. There is a start and comma, stop and step size. Means like it, if you say whatever the value, the range value starts from that number, and stop is the last thing, and step size is the step size. Like for example, if I say range, if I say range starts with 1, it is 10, step size is 1. So means like what happens actually, it will start with 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9. So this is the end actually. So excluding that. So now step size is 1. So if I say step size is 2, so you instead of this, say step size is 2, then it will start with 1, then it is not 2, then it will be 3, then it is not 4, it will be 5. So something that like step size. So if you are not giving the step size, so what happens actually? So if you are not giving step size, so 1 and 10, so by default step size is 1. By default step size is 1. And if you are not giving the start, if you are not giving the one element, if you are just giving 10, so by default the starts with 0. So by default it will start with 0. This is, but you should be giving the end. So this is obviously because it doesn't know that, like, no, because by default it will start with 0, that is known, well known. By default step size is 1, but that end has to be there, because it doesn't know how when to end, no. So end always has to be there. So end with if you give two values, so for example if I say these two, like 10 and 10, so means like this becomes start and this will become end. If you wanted to use step size, then you should be specifying that actually. So 3 elements. So these are the things you should be remembering. So why I'm trying to use the range here in the for loop? So for, so I'm saying that like range, if I'm trying to say that something that like as using a range, if you say, I will just show one example using the range. So when I say the range, so what happens actually, this for loop will take one element actually. So it will take one element from that range. Let me show that example. So it will take till that things are there, like, so it will see if, this range, I'm trying to create this range. So what happens actually? So now this range will create a list. What is that list actually? That list is of size, whatever your size is. For example, if I'm saying that like range is equal to 10, if I'm saying 10, range is equal to 10, then it will create a list of element. What is that actually? It will start from 0 and up to 9. So now what happens actually? This range creates a list. Now same thing, like no in. So if I in this one means like this I will be iterated till this has any some elements, like it will take one element till number of elements are there, till it can pick up one element, this loop will continue. So that is what means like if you have already built in list, you can do it. If you don't know, then you have to iterate one by one, then you can also use like. So this in this case I'm using the range. So anybody has any question here? What is the range? So rest is the remaining thing is same. So what I'm trying to do here is actually instead of I can say here also for I in this one, it can take 1, 2, 3, 4 pop. This example can be done two ways also. So for example, this is done here. So what I'm trying to do is actually range. I'm trying to say length. Means like length is equal to 3. The length of the list is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. So means like it will create range. What is the range value will be? So when I say length is 3, then range is equal to 3. If I'm trying to give, then range values will be, the range creates a list of values 0, 1, 2. So 0, 1, 2. So means like initially I will be 0 and then 1 and then 2. So now what I'm trying to access this is a list. So I'm passing value 0. So generate 0 means like I will explain the how to access the list actually. So this is other way around of actually, like, so if you don't know the list and all those things, like actually the other way around, if you can write the same code, the simplest way is actually like instead of doing all those things, you just have a generate actually, like, so you would have directly done something like this. So you would have said something like this, and then you would have print whatever the I is there. So this both gives the same result. It's like it will take one value and it will keep printing that. So both, if you see here actually, this is and these values are same. Anybody has any question here? Anybody is not understood this for I in the range? In range, or this is the normal, the first one option. And for else, anybody is not understood for and else? So okay, so these are the things. And if you wanted to try out, I will try to give one simple example. You can try out exercise what you will be doing. So I'm trying to give like number of days in a week, correct? So days, so you have to create a days. So you create something like that days, you mention one by one days, and now loop for all days. So print days in a week. So how to print days in a week, like, so in weekdays you have to print. So it's like you should be using the for loop and printing how many days in the week. Or you can also do same logic can be used to print month name of in a calendar year. Or you can also do something like that. So any using a list and then using the for loop. Or less, if you wanted to say that like there is a vehicle of 10 car colors, so then you wanted to print different colors the car vendor supports actually. So like that, if you wanted to loop, you can loop it actually. Any questions here? So okay, this is what I have to cover. So shall we take quiz here, Sagmesh?
Yeah, okay. I will run the quiz. Join everyone. I sent link. Back.
Sagmesh, this time we will explain the answers also after this quiz is done. So every question you can go through and explain the answers, which is the right one. You have the questions correct?
Which one? Which one?
For this quiz, no. So we will go through one by one question and explain what is the right answer.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. It is there already. If I give the score means automatically it will show the.
Yeah, but explanation we can do.
Okay.